The garden update has just released on Hypixel Skyblock, and here is the main features. So when you spawn on your private island or whenever you warp to it, then there will be an NPC called Sam that will spawn probably around here-ish. Basically, you just talk to Sam, you have a quick interaction, and then she'll take you to the garden, which you can do by doing /warp garden. And as expected, it will take you to this place. So when you first come to the garden, then Sam will be standing around here, you talk with her, and you do a couple of really simple tasks, and then you pretty much get access to the entire garden, which is the visitors over here, the plots over here, and the shops over here. And then all of these around you are all the plots you're able to use. If you're wondering what armor I'm currently wearing now, I'm currently wearing the Melon armor, which you can get from the Melon collection, and it's pretty simple. It only costs around 3 million coins, which is not really a lot. So going to the actual garden itself, you can see that when you go to the desk, there's a big menu. Now what you can do here is you can configure your plots. So you have lots of plots, and you unlock this with compost, which I'll go over later. And depending on your garden level, you can have whatever crop you like on those plots. For instance, on this plot, or the plot 1, I've used carrots, as you can pretty much see clearly here. However, when you first unlock that first plot, you have to go clear it out, and you have to get rid of like trees and seeds and flowers and things like that. It doesn't take too long though, like maximum 5 minutes. Also, another thing that you should definitely know is that you also have to clean up the field after every single time you harvest that crop. Really hope Hypixel changes this, but yeah, for now that's what it is. Moving on with the shop, then we have the crop upgrades. Now here is you can just upgrade like your tiers for whatever using copper, which again I'll go over later. And yeah, this just gives you more farming fortune for that specific crop. Pretty simple stuff. Then you have the Sky Mart. Now this is quite interesting. You can buy biofuel and a couple of gardening tools. And then you have a couple of things that can increase your farming fortune. Things like equipment and some enchantments and stuff like that. And these are all just skins. They're not really that useful, to be honest. Then you have the garden milestones. These are pretty simple. The more crops you farm on your island, in your garden, then the more stuff you're going to get and rewards and things like that. Pretty simple. And then visitors I'll also go over later in the video as well. Another key part of the garden update is visitors. Basically, what happens is that these visitors come to your island and they'll ask for some stuff and they'll give you loads of rewards in return. For instance, we have the Grandma Wolf, and when I give her the stuff that she needs, she'll give me some farming experience, garden experience, and some copper, which is incredibly useful. Now the next thing to talk about is the composter. Now the compost is mainly used unlocking plots like here, and for instance you need 16 compost. Basically all you have to do, put some fuel, and I use oil barrels just because I had loads of them, and you can also use other organic matter. For instance, I use enchanted carrots, and then you get compost. Additionally, they've also added some new stuff to the community shop. The only thing I can see currently is that on the community upgrades, you can now get some garden extra farming fortune, which is, you know, pretty nice. So I think that should be really basic stuff. Ultimately, for me, in my opinion, like the garden, it doesn't really seem that much. Basically, it just makes planting crops way easier, and it also gives you loads and loads of ways to increase your farming fortune and make more money while farming, which to be honest, is what the game desperately needed. But yeah, apart from that, I think that if you hated farming from the start, then you probably won't like farming now. It will just make it slightly more tolerable. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did or find it helpful at all, then please subscribe and join the Discord because we do lots of giveaways. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.